Welcome back. Lionel Patea is this morning waking up to the prospect of a life behind bars for murdering the mother of his child, Tara Brown, in September 2015. But he could be eligible for parole in 20 years. It is time for the Mixed Grill with Shelly Horton and David Campbell. Shelly, straight to you. Yep. I'm sure that people right around this country today are saying, why aren't those papers just stamped, never to be released?
Yeah, why isn't a life sentence a life sentence? I think that there's a lot of discontent out there and uncomfortable feelings saying this is not the sort of man who's going to be rehabilitated in jail. This is the sort of man who has a history of violence, of drug abuse, of being in a bikie gang, and he didn't show remorse. I think that this is the sort of thing where maybe we need Tara's law, that if a man murders a woman in a domestic violence situation, it's life and there is no parole.
It's cowardly, it's evil. Look, every other name under the book. We've heard about it all morning. We have been since 2015.
Yeah, it is. And until the law steps in and does something, you know, there are women out there in this situation this morning that see this and go, I'm not safe. Until the law steps in or a judge steps in and says you will not be released, there are women and children out there who goes, I can't go to the police because it's not going to make a difference. Or that could be me and it's not going to make a difference. Or, you know, you can do whatever, you can wear whatever ribbons you want and it's not going to make a difference. I can't get out. I'm trapped. I'm being gaslighted by this man. He's beating me. He's emotionally abusing me. I am trapped. I don't have any money to put it into a side fund. People don't believe me. And until we start to really stand up and say, no more. And we're saying it in a lot of ways, but until the government, the federal government, until the law starts to change, these women and children are trapped. They are trapped. And it's going to happen again, and it will be on all of us until we do something about it.
And the door's just got to stay locked. Slam the door and lock it, and you're gone. I'm sorry.
I absolutely agree. I think that why do they announce parole capabilities at sentencing? Why not lock them away?
It feels like, I don't want to make you feel bad about life in prison, but you could get out.
But in 20 years, we'll discuss it. What about just say life and then that's it?
Yeah. Well, people are living to 100. This guy could be out at 45.
Yeah, when was the last time you said 20 years was a good life?
Yeah, we used to live...
It's not.
And
20 years is nothing.
And when we put those laws in, excuse me for saying that, is that, you know, we didn't live as long. We're going to live to 90 or 100 years old, and this guy's a fit guy. He could, you know, stay fit in prison, keep himself clean. He could be out looking fit and healthy in 20 years.
Dangerous.
And the phone number, if you are at home and you are struggling with something like this, 1-800-RESPECT is the number.
Well done.
And, yeah, it's an issue that we just need to keep on the table.
And everyone else needs to listen too. So, you know, just know that if someone needs to talk to you, listen and you can help them.
Yeah, exactly. All right, moving on, a lighter subject. A professor of sociology in the US sent out hundreds of fake CVs, this is interesting, to potential employers to answer the question, how does having kids affect your desirability in the workplace? Now, what it found was the worst career decision for women may be the best for men, having children. David, what do you think about this?
How many children are we talking about here?
Mega breeders like you.
I think if you put twins down there, they might think twice. But look, this is the patriarchy, you know, running riot here, isn't it? I mean, this is ingrained. This is something that's been going on for a long, long time. I don't see what the problem is. You know, my wife is a very successful businesswoman. She seems to be running more shows than I've ever seen. She's a theatre producer than I've ever seen in my life, and still runs a household, 3 kids, and I help her and try and do the best I can with that, and sometimes my sweaty way, but I try my best to do that as well.
I'm with you, I've got 3.
and it's hard, but we have to do this together. So we don't need a workforce that's sort of ingrained with a sort of 50s mentality. It's like, well, the little lady's going to have a baby, so she better pop off and have it and then come back in a couple of years, but it might just be in secretarial position, Shelley.
Seriously, most of my friends earn more than their husbands.
By the way, that's how the boss talks.
Yeah, I know. I got that. I'm just choosing to ignore you.
Yeah.
So I think this is crazy because you're exactly right. It's a stereotype that is outdated. A lot of my friends, they earn more than the man. Some of my friends have actually, the husband has decided to stay at home and they love it. They don't want to go back to work. So this actually...
I don't know how those blokes do it. I love my kids, but it is the hardest job you want to do.
I like coming to work too.
But I think that this actually, some responsibility needs to fall on the father here. So the mother is penalised. The father needs to be the one who's more accessible to go and pick kids up if they're sick, to take time off during school holidays, and that's going to break the stereotype. And I think women need to be stronger and not accept a part-time job if it's full-time actual work, and to try and be stronger when accepting the pay when they go back. Now, this is a very tough subject, but that's why I feel really strong about women having mentors and business coaches, because men find it pretty easy to go back and ask for whatever they want. Women need to be able to stand up and do that.
I think you make a good point. I think more men out there who have kids now need to go like, sorry, I'm off by 3 o'clock today for 2 or 3 days a week because that's when I go look after the kids.
Well, you and I can go right now. Look, it's all...
I still have a show to do, Timmy.
Okay.
We've got lots of stuff on today.
It's always good to spend time with you two beautiful people. All right, still to come, it's the biggest blunders in Oscar history.